Blake Shelton has always been a favorite in the world of country music, not only for his powerful voice and heartfelt songs, but also for the personal stories that shaped his career. His journey has been filled with both joyful highs and heartbreaking lows, and his love life has often captured as much attention as his music. The most recent chapter in his story, the divorce from Gwen Stefani, has left fans deeply emotional. What once looked like a fairy tale romance has now turned into a painful reminder that even the brightest love stories can face difficult endings. Shelton and Stefani were often seen as a perfect blend of country charm and pop glamour. Their relationship seemed strong and inspiring, proving that two very different worlds could come together in harmony. Yet, the announcement of their separation shocked both fans and the media, reminding everyone that celebrity relationships, no matter how magical they appear, face the same challenges as any other. Blake and Gwen's marriage was not just another celebrity headline. It was a story people admired. They came together during tough times, helped each other heal, and brought joy to fans with their music collaborations. Songs like Nobody But You and Happy Anywhere were not only chart-topping hits, but also reflections of their bond. This is why news of their divorce feels like a loss to so many. Fans invested emotionally in their love story, and to see it fall apart has been heartbreaking. But to truly understand why this moment has touched people so deeply, it is important to look back at Blake Shelton's journey. From his early years of love, through heartbreak to his time with Gwen, his life, much like his songs, has always been filled with themes of love, pain, and resilience, making this recent chapter both sad and relatable. Blake Shelton's story begins long before the spotlight of fame and the flashing cameras of award shows. Born in Ada, Oklahoma, he grew up surrounded by music and the warmth of small-town life. His love for country music developed early, and as a teenager he dreamed of making it big in Nashville. While he worked hard to chase that dream, he also built personal relationships that kept him grounded. One of the most important in his early years was with Kaynette Williams, his longtime girlfriend. The two married in 2003, just as Shelton was beginning to gain recognition in the country music world. Their marriage represented loyalty and companionship during a time when his career was still uncertain. Kaynette stood beside him through those early struggles, offering support as he navigated the challenges of rising fame. Unfortunately, their relationship did not last, and by 2006 they quietly divorced. For Shelton, the end of his first marriage was a difficult moment, but it also marked the beginning of new experiences that would change both his career and personal life. Fans later looked back at this first chapter as proof that even before he became a superstar, Shelton's life was marked by both love and heartbreak. Just a year before his divorce from Kaynette, fate introduced Shelton to another country star who would play a major role in his life, Miranda Lambert. The two first met in 2005 during a country music concert, and their chemistry was clear from the start. They performed a duet of Michael Bublé's Home, and the audience could feel the spark between them. Soon after, Shelton and Lambert began building a relationship that was filled with both music and romance. After several years of dating, Shelton proposed in 2010, and in May 2011, they were married in a beautiful ceremony in Texas. Fans adored the couple, often calling them the golden pair of country music. Their love seemed unshakable, tied together not only by passion, but also by their shared careers. Together, they performed, wrote songs, and inspired many who believed their bond could last forever. Yet, behind the smiles and songs, their relationship carried challenges. Fame often brings pressure, and the demands of touring, media attention, and personal struggles began to take a toll. By July 2015, the couple announced their divorce. The news shocked country music fans across the nation, as many had believed they were built to last. Despite the heartbreak, Shelton and Lambert turned their pain into art. One of the most memorable moments from their time together was the emotional song Over You, inspired by Shelton's late brother Richie. The ballad, sung by Lambert, went on to win awards and touched millions of listeners. Their music showed how love and loss could be transformed into something powerful, even if their marriage itself could not survive. To understand Blake Shelton's journey, it is important to recognize the pain he carried long before his marriages. At the young age of 14, Shelton lost his older brother Richie in a car accident. The tragedy left a deep mark on his heart and shaped his understanding of love, grief, and family. Later in life, in 2012, Shelton's father, Dick Shelton, also passed away after battling illness. These losses reminded him of how fragile life can be. Both moments influenced not only the way he lived, but also the music he created. Many of his most emotional songs carry themes of grief and resilience, often inspired by these personal tragedies. While fans admired his charm and humor, those close to Shelton knew he also carried deep scars. Music became his way of expressing emotions he did not always show in public. These past experiences also shaped how he approached relationships, sometimes with caution and sometimes with overwhelming passion. When he later connected with Gwen Stefani, it was this history of loss and survival that helped him bond with her. Both had endured heartbreak, and together they built something new from the broken pieces of their past. This is one of the reasons fans admired their relationship so much. It wasn't just about fame or glamour, but about two people who had both faced pain and found healing in each other. In 2015, soon after his divorce from Miranda Lambert, Shelton began working closely with Gwen Stefani on the TV show The Voice. Gwen, too, was facing heartbreak at the time, as she had just gone through her own divorce from musician Gavin Rossdale. Their shared pain became the foundation of their friendship, and very soon that friendship turned into something deeper. Shelton often said that Gwen came into his life at the perfect moment, just when he felt lost and unsure of himself. Their bond grew quickly, and fans watched as the unlikely couple, a country star from Oklahoma and a pop icon from California, fell in love. They began performing together, releasing songs like Go Ahead and Break My Heart in 2016. The duet captured the fragile but hopeful beginnings of their romance, and fans could hear the real emotions in their voices. Over the years, they continued to collaborate musically, including on the festive hit You Make It Feel Like Christmas in 2017, and later the chart-topping duets Nobody But You and Happy Anywhere. These songs not only topped charts, but also became symbols of their love. Fans felt connected to the couple not just through magazine headlines but through the music itself, which told the story of two people daring to try again after heartbreak. Their relationship seemed like proof that love could come when you least expect it, and for many, it was truly inspiring. By October 2020, Shelton decided to take the next step. In a deeply personal moment at his Oklahoma ranch, he proposed to Gwen Stefani. Surrounded by Gwen's 3 children, the proposal symbolized more than just marriage. It represented the blending of two families. On July 3, 2021, the couple married in a small and intimate ceremony at Shelton's chapel on his ranch. The wedding was filled with warmth, love, and the presence of close family and friends. For fans, it felt like a fairy tale ending. Shelton, who had often spoken about how Gwen and her kids changed his life, embraced his role as stepfather. He shared openly how becoming part of their lives gave him a new sense of purpose beyond his music and fame. This chapter in his life was marked not only by career success, but also by personal joy. At the time, everything seemed perfectly balanced. He was at the height of his career, earning millions through both his music and his role as a coach on The Voice. His relationship with Gwen looked strong, and fans admired the way he had rebuilt his life after years of heartbreak. For a while, it seemed that Blake Shelton had finally found lasting happiness, proving that love could heal even the deepest wounds. However, just when things appeared steady, cracks began to show in Shelton and Stefani's relationship. Rumors began swirling after the 2025 American Music Awards. Fans had expected Blake and Gwen to walk the red carpet together, perhaps even perform a duet. Instead, Gwen arrived alone, dressed in a dazzling metallic gown, while Blake was nowhere to be seen. Whispers quickly spread that the couple had argued over a planned performance. Some reports suggested that Gwen had changed details of a duet without telling Blake, leaving him feeling blindsided. The situation became even more dramatic when Gwen performed a new song titled No Apology Required. Its bold lyrics about independence, betrayal, and strength led fans to believe the song carried a hidden message about her relationship. Social media exploded with theories, with many suggesting that the couple's once solid bond was now in serious trouble. Blake's silence only fueled the rumors. While Gwen shined on stage, Blake stayed out of the spotlight. A few days later, he posted a short but emotional message online, hinting at pain without directly explaining the situation. Fans immediately felt his sadness, flooding him with support and concern. Meanwhile, Gwen remained silent, which only deepened speculation about the state of their marriage. As the rumors spread, Shelton faced another blow. His record label announced that his upcoming album, Backroads and Heartaches, which was expected to be his most personal project yet, would be delayed. The album had been described as a collection of songs reflecting on love, heartbreak, and the wisdom gained through years of experience. For Shelton, the project was deeply important. He had poured his heart into it, using music as an outlet during difficult times. The label, however, worried that the ongoing drama around his relationship with Gwen would overshadow the music. They feared that instead of focusing on the songs, fans and the media would only focus on the personal issues. This decision felt devastating for Shelton, who saw the album as a way to express his emotions honestly. Friends later revealed that Blake seemed deeply affected by the combination of public rumors, personal struggles, and now the delay of his music. While he continued to show his usual humor in public, those close to him admitted that the weight was undeniable. For fans, this news was heartbreaking. They knew Shelton had always found strength through music, and to see even that taken away temporarily felt unfair. Many hoped he would find a way to use these struggles as inspiration for future songs, just as he had done in the past. In the midst of the storm, Shelton chose to step away from the spotlight and retreat to his Oklahoma ranch. Far from the noise of Hollywood and Nashville, he surrounded himself with family, nature, and simple routines. Friends described this time as both difficult and healing. While he was clearly carrying heavy emotions, he also found peace in songwriting, quiet reflection, and the grounding presence of loved ones. For many fans, this image of Blake, a man returning to his roots, finding comfort in the land and in music, was inspiring. It reminded them of the themes that had always defined his career: resilience, honesty, and the ability to turn pain into beauty. Though the public only caught rare glimpses of him through short posts or occasional appearances, those who knew him said that this slower life was giving him the strength he needed. Fans responded with patience and love, offering encouragement without demanding answers. They understood that sometimes silence is not weakness, but a way of healing. While Blake turned inward, Gwen's silence created its own wave of speculation. Some believed she was choosing not to comment in order to protect both herself and Blake from further media attention. Others thought she was using the moment to redefine her own career and remind the world of her independence as an artist. Her powerful performance at the American Music Awards seemed to support this theory. The bold energy of her song and the confident way she carried herself reminded fans of her early solo career, where she built a reputation as a strong and fearless performer. Cultural critics suggested that Gwen might be stepping into a new phase of her life, one where she is no longer defined by her role in a celebrity couple, but by her own voice and identity. For some fans, this was empowering, but for others it raised questions about the future of her marriage to Blake. Together, they had once been a symbol of hope and resilience. Now, they seem to be walking separate paths, at least publicly. As of now, Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani's relationship stands at a crossroads. Their love once gave fans hope that two people from very different worlds could not only find each other but also thrive together. Their music, their marriage, and their family moments seem to prove that love could survive under the brightest spotlight. But recent events have shown how fragile even the strongest bonds can be. Fans are left wondering what the future holds. Will Blake and Gwen find their way back to each other stronger than before? Or will this chapter close as they move forward on separate paths? For Shelton, the struggles of this moment may once again inspire the kind of music that speaks directly to the heart. For Gwen, it may be a chance to embrace her independence and creative power. Either way, their story has reminded millions that love is complicated, beautiful, and sometimes heartbreaking. Just like the songs Blake Shelton has always sung, this chapter is filled with both sorrow and hope. Blake Shelton has always been a favorite in the world of country music, not only for his powerful voice and heartfelt songs, but also for the personal stories that shaped his career. His journey has been filled with both joyful highs and heartbreaking lows, and his love life has often captured as much attention as his music. The most recent chapter in his story, the divorce from Gwen Stefani, has left fans deeply emotional. What once looked like a fairy tale romance has now turned into a painful reminder that even the brightest love stories can face difficult endings. Shelton and Stefani were often seen as a perfect blend of country charm and pop glamour. Their relationship seemed strong and inspiring, proving that two very different worlds could come together in harmony. Yet, the announcement of their separation shocked both fans and the media, reminding everyone that celebrity relationships, no matter how magical they appear, face the same challenges as any other. Blake and Gwen's marriage was not just another celebrity headline. It was a story people admired. They came together during tough times, helped each other heal, and brought joy to fans with their music collaborations. Songs like Nobody But You and Happy Anywhere were not only chart-topping hits, but also reflections of their bond. This is why news of their divorce feels like a loss to so many. Fans invested emotionally in their love story, and to see it fall apart has been heartbreaking. But to truly understand why this moment has touched people so deeply, it is important to look back at Blake Shelton's journey. From his early years of love, through heartbreak to his time with Gwen, his life, much like his songs, has always been filled with themes of love, pain, and resilience, making this recent chapter both sad and relatable. Blake Shelton's story begins